I'm dead serious.
See, I don't know.
You don't need to know. You just gotta feel.
I hope that. I hope it's packed. Let me know. I think I did better.
How you doing? I'm good, good. All right, well, I'll be here in a second.
No, click on the presentation on the computer. Like, just click this screen and it should pop up. No, I'm not. This is right. Yeah.
Greetings and good afternoon, everyone. My name is Frank Maxwell, a student from Delaware State University, located in Dover, Delaware, traveled from Baltimore, Maryland, and I am thrilled to present my SROP research at Penn State, advised by Dr. Melissa. Today, I'll discuss my intersection of human-deer interactions, SCARs, COVID transmissions, and critical issues for zoonotic disease risk. This project took a lot of time and effort to put together, and I hope you all enjoyed my project presentation. Okay, for a brief introduction, COVID-19 highlights the roles of wildlife in emerging zoonotic diseases. White-tailed deer frequently interact with humans. For example, when a person goes hunting, and there are people that live in urban areas as well. COVID-19 underscored how wildlife can harbor zoonotic diseases. Deers have been confirmed as hosts of SARS-CoV-2. Human to deer and deer to deer transmitted raises considers about virtual evolution and spin-back rates. Understanding drives and these spillovers, especially in the high density of human areas, is urgent. More research is needed on understanding drivers of spillover events, especially in suburban populated areas. SARS is one of the types of COVID. How does it travel through? It travels through the air. COVID-19, SARS, they are both belong in the same family of viruses, coronaviruses. My research goals, my goal is simple. The goal of research is to synthesize findings from X studies and evaluate the potential relationships between human population density and SARS prevalence and local deer populations. What does SARS stand for? Several acute respiratory syndrome. What is a human-deer interaction? Human-deer interaction consists of feeding, hunting, vehicle collision, disease transmission, and activities. Okay, to blow up the graph you just seen in the last slide, as you can see that the estimated disease meter goes from 0 to 0.6, equaling 60%. It's basically simple. The lighter you see in these different parts of PA, the less it can get. You can get the scars from the deer human interaction. And the darker you see in certain areas, you have a more chance of receiving it. So you gotta be careful. My research questions. 2 key questions guide this work. First, what is the average of SARS prevalence in North American deer? Second, does higher human densities increase deer infection rates? And my meta-analysis of selected students show that prevalence rates vary by region. in overtime, but the average infection rates among wildlife deer population is estimated between 15 to 20%. Populations tend to show lower prevalence due to the reduced environmental exposure. Yes, for number 2, suggests that higher human population densities is associated with increased SARS and nearby deer populations, especially in suburban and urban zones where deer humans contain is frequent. Okay, my study addresses. To answer these, I'm conducting a meta-analysis for publishing studies and correlating with deer infection rates in the U.S. densities data. This dual approach strengthens our insights. And this is it's a picture of me that's doing research within the deer in my first 3 weeks coming to the program. This deer in this photo was actually, he actually injured himself when I went to the deer resort. So they had a doctor here and he was just stitching up. They put the deer to sleep and they were just stitching them up. Yeah, trying to help them get better. Okay, my meta-analysis pulls data from multiple studies, like these hypothetical examples to reveal trends. Here's what I see as higher deer prevalence in areas with denser human population suggests a possible spillover pathway. Okay, right here you see for the x-axis, we have human population densities and prevalence of SARS in deer. And those are just a few studies that I have taken and made a graph into. You see the slope is increasing per study. Okay. These are a list of my methods. As you can see, we have screen and select studies, meta-analysis, quality and biases, conduct literature search. Okay. And so far, I have identified 40 studies from the ranges of 2021 to 2025. Yes, the 40 studies is the databases I have that I researched using my research on this summer, using Google Scholar, Scopus, PubMed, and Web of Science. And used all the same keywords. We got prevalence in there, COVID-19, SARS, white-tailed deer, deer in North America. And these are the number of studies found for every single database I used. It all equals up to 40. Okay, this is table 2. It was still in progress. I have the list of authors, the years they published their studies, the titles of their studies, the amount of testing they did on the deer. So the first one, which I felt was very impressive, they got nearly 3,000 deers they tested, and these are the locations on where the study was displayed. Okay. Study limitations. Limited coverage. Most studies focus on specific geographic regions, may not generally across all deer populations. So for my first one, it was basically saying that it was kind of challenging that it can limit me the limited coverage based on only doing it in North America than just doing a study going live. Sampling bias. Deer tested are often from hunting zones or roadkill, not random samples from the full population. Unclear direction of transmission. Hard to whether SARS was transmitted from humans to deer, vice versa. Shared environments. So say, for example, you live beside the woods, it would be kind of challenging to know what passed on from who or what, vice versa. Lack of environmental context. The study often exclude environmental facts, land, using human activities, levels, and influence spillover risks. And this is my concluding thoughts about my experience this summer. My research focused on human-deer interactions, specifically examining how human activities influence deer behavior and movement patterns. I'm analyzing data on deer, signing the habits used in approximately in the urban environments to better understand the impact of human on wildlife. The goal is identify the trend that I have informed strengths and the coexistence between humans and deer. I choose to work with this SROP program because it offers a collaborative and community-based research experience that aligns with my interests and ecologically in the applied science focused on local environmental issues allow me to contribute meaningful work that supports both scientific understanding and public education. This opportunity helps me grow as a researcher while also addresses the real world environmental challenges. All right, these are my acknowledgements, okay? First, I would like to take the time to thank all my connections from this summer, individuals that helped me achieve my goals for this summer. I would like to thank God, my Lord and Savior, my mom, my dad, my grandmother, my brothers, and my friends from DSU. I also have a list of people here, Miss Melissa, Miss Sarah, Dr. Arun, and more. These are my references and my contact information. I'm available to any questions if needed. Yeah.
So this is the same SARS-CoV that was killing a bunch of people in the 2020 and 21. Is that the same? Is it the same form of the disease, or is it a little different?
It's a little different, but it's still do travel the same, like throughout the air.
So if it's transmitted to humans from deer, what happens to the humans?
It was it's a I believe that it's a I'm sorry. Not a virus, but the medicine that helped them. My brain's short right now. I'm sorry.
Not sure.
It'll come back to me. I'll tell you. I'll that. Yes.
What do you think was like the most fun or like interesting thing like you did this summer with your internship?
To be honest, finding the data, like from the database, finding new databases to find more research on different papers that help me make my job easier in the long run. Thank you guys for listening.
What does this virus do to the deer? Is it as fatal for deer as it is for humans?
The virus really doesn't have a big of an effect on just by being an animal versus as if it was just taken from a human, because our bodies operate to the virus is different.
Okay.
Thank you, y'all.